The Onyxcoin market makers just did exactly what I was expecting, their usual pump and aggressive dump to the downside. If you guys remembered, I specifically said it that I won't be surprised if the market makers of Onyxcoin try to pump the price to the upside briefly before dumping it as usual. You get, and I told you guys I'm expecting Onyxcoin to properly tap into this territory, which was the exact stuff the market maker did. As if you guys are paying attention, the market makers precisely tapped into this territory we talked about. We tapped into it, got a rejection from them multiple times. This pump was just a deviation. We rejected from the zone around 0.0057 territory, and we are now currently trading around 0.0051 zone. So we are going to be talking more about that in this video. Let's just go back to the default XCN chart we talked about in the previous video. Now, if you guys are paying attention, I specifically drew you guys attention to this territory in the previous video, and I told you guys I'm expecting something like this to happen. Well, this was the projection we drew. I'm expecting something like this to happen, sharp pump to the upside by the market makers, and then dump back into the zone around 0.0050 zone before getting a bounce to the upside once again. You get, so that is what is currently happening. So by the time we properly retest this zone, we all should expect to get a bounce to the upside. A loss of that zone would mean we are going back into the 0.0047 territory, because if you are paying attention to the liquidation heat map for XCN coin, you will notice we have liquidity scattered all over. We have liquidity both to the upside between 0.0057 all the way to 0.00587 territory on the 24-hour time frame. We also have massive liquidity to the downside around 0.0050 territory for Onyxcoin. Now, if you're paying attention to the liquidation map for Onyxcoin, by the time Onyxcoin dumps to around 0.004 zone, we are going to more than $140,000 worth of long positions are going to get liquidated. And if you're looking at the short side, by the time Onyxcoin pumps to around 0.0057 territory, more than $80,000 worth of short positions are going to get liquidated. So if you're comparing the liquidation map with the liquidation heat map and also comparing it with the chart, you will notice that is what we talked about in the previous video, and you all should get ready for that move. There is a 95% probability of we getting a 25% basis point rate decrease come December 10th, 2025. So you all should expect volatility in the market until then and after then. If you're paying attention, over 127,000 traders were liquidated in the last 24 hours, with the total liquidation amounting to $474 million. The long positions are getting massacred as usual. And yeah, the market has returned to the extreme fear territory we were last month and last week as well. We are currently seated at 20% extreme fear. Now, it's not over until it's over, and I strongly believe XCN is still going to bounce and follow the market by the time we enter Q1 2026.